All right, here we go. So right off the bat, this is a beautiful starting position. Great mobility, obviously. Back is extended really well. Heads up, eyes are forward. Love it. Uh, however, once she gets here, knees are way back. That shin is, past vertical. Knees are basically behind the ankle. So this is a position we essentially never want to get to. Even at the very top of the pole, we don't want the shins and knees that far back. And of course, watch those little toesies float. This is how you get up on water skis right here. We don't want to ever be in this position. So, on top of that, that bar, maybe it's hard to see, but that bar is got to be at least an inch, maybe even two away from the leg. So this is a really problematic position, and I know I've talked about it before, but I got to keep talking about it as long as you guys keep doing it. This gets her into a position where it's going to be really difficult to finish the pull well because that bar is pulling away and she's way back with the hips and on the heels. So really, all she can do is kind of push forward and try to sneak under, which is exactly what she does. From here, if she really tried to finish the pull the way we would like, as in driving with the legs and opening the hips until the shoulders are behind the hips, she would basically fall backward on her butt. And so that's why you see that pull get cut really short and she kind of rocks to the toes versus pushing. So that motion, pretty much, if you rock to the heels, you're going to rock to your toes. So we see people saying like, "Oh, I need to stay flat-footed longer. I need to work on staying flat-footed." Most likely, you don't need to focus on staying flat-footed directly. You need to focus on being balanced and pushing with the legs because that's what's going to keep you on flat feet versus reaching the hips forward to the bar, which is going to rock you to your toes early. So in any case, she ends up having to really cut that pull short and kind of sneak under. See that almost borderline limbo movement? So her hips never come all the way through. They don't open all the way. Legs don't extend all the way. So now she has to try to like reach those hips forward under the bar. And then you get into that really tricky receipt because of all that horizontal movement. So it's kind of like a seesaw, right? It's back and forward and then back again. And that's why you get so much rocking around in the bottom. And also just kind of, we played at full speed, just kind of a crash, right? There's a disconnection from the bar because right about here, her body just says abort and then get under there as quickly as possible and then just hope for the best. So push through that whole foot. Your posture is pretty good, but if you just keep pushing like a squat, those knees are not going to get so far back and you're not going to get into this precarious, untenable position. And then keep pushing. Never stop pushing through the legs, or excuse me, through the floor as you extend that hip. And then think about pushing the floor away and kind of stretching your body up and slightly back to really get that bar moving up and then guide with those elbows. So I guess what I should have pointed out in the start is it does look like her elbows are kind of pointed back a little too much. So again, we don't want crazy full internal rotation, um, but we don't want external rotation either because that's going to tend to lead to this kind of thing where it swings out and then there's a late attempt to pull the elbows up, which then they kind of stay too far forward. So look how far that bar is away there. Right? Remember, the bar always has to move around the elbows because it's attached to the elbows. So depending on where the elbows are, that's going to determine where the bar is relative to the body. So the elbows need to go up and out and then squeeze back through here. And then the rest of that will take care of itself because you clearly, again, have great mobility. Look at that. Your hips are practically underground in that receiving position. You have good lockout once you're in control of the bar. So if you're in control that whole time, you're going to be able to receive that bar in a lot stronger position without that bouncing. All right, good luck. And also, your hair is cool. I wish I were still cool enough to have colored hair.